Sister Paula, I met you guys and I was like, what an awesome mission. Could you elaborate a little bit more on what you do?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on.
Okay, sure. We are the Daughters of St. Paul. So our mission in the church is to communicate Christ using all forms of media. But particularly what called me here is this aspect of our charism of praying for Catholics in the media. So really, I feel like a spiritual mama being here and really praying for Catholic content creators that whatever they do can be for the glory of God, and that the tools that we take up, this microphone, this camera, can be in a way consecrated for the gospel, right? Because those same tools that we have, everyone's using. But like St. Paul the Apostle, being a daughter of Paul, Catholics today, I think in a particular way, there's so many more tools available that we can have in our hands and our pockets that can be used for the glory of God. So that's why I'm here as a daughter of St. Paul, to pray, kind of actually have content for my prayer for the rest of the year as I communicate with different people, have different conversations, new friendships. I feel that this is a great conference to build community and also show spiritual support to one another as we journey together as sharing that same call of communicating Christ.
When I hear spiritual mom, I immediately think of like a protection around this whole conference because of probably even your presence and your prayers for you and your sisters. And when I asked one of your fellow sisters, she said something that I'd never really thought of, that St. Paul would have used the best means to communicate the good word, the good book, and that would have been social media.
Yes.
And so that kind of blew my mind. And he, like, what if we had a St. Paul today? I'm sure that's crossed your mind. Like, how do you think he would have approached social media today? Would it have been a podcast or YouTube podcast or Instagram? Would have he used it all?
That's an excellent, like, to actually literally consider.
What would have his channel been too?
Well, first off, I want to say that Paul is alive and interceding for each one of us as a real, like, concrete reality in the life of a communicator. So I feel like at some point, if you're a communicator, Paul will saint stock you and desire, like, to intercede for whatever it is. But I think
saint stock.
Yeah, saint stock. I mean, I think it's got to be podcast.
Yeah.
It's got to be podcast, just because his way of communicating was with his words, with speech, but not, I don't know, he wrote letters, so maybe a podcast with a blog. But I think there was something about his personality of desiring to be with people and in conversation with people. And I feel like he might have been drawn to the podcast format today.
I would have loved to have seen him before he became Catholic. So perhaps a channel that hates the Catholics. The
Here you go.
Catholics got it wrong. What fools, committing heresies, jumping